I don't mind the rain, really. Occasionally driving, it can be annoying or frustrating, but I like to think I've gotten pretty good at handling weather events like rain, snow, sleet, and hail. In college, almost everyone gets good at carrying an umbrella when they need to. You get good at checking the weather in the morning to try to figure out what clean clothes you can wear, or if you don't have the right attire, which dirty clothes you can pass off as clean. I often wear boots when it rains, especially when it's cold out. I didn't do that in these videos. For some reason, I wasn't expecting it to rain particularly hard. My phone doesn't give me that information, but I happen to be right. I check the weather either on my phone or on the Today tab on my MacBook. I think they both get the weather from the same source, but I could be wrong. Occasionally I'll use weather.gov, which is probably more reliable and less biased, as the government doesn't give a shit about making people feel good. But that site's slower than swiping up or down on my phone or clicking the dashboard button on my Mac. In this video, I'm walking to the building that serves as a second home to me at Ohio University. It always surprises me how much I know about the building when I reflect on it. I don't mean to say that I know the history or even just the story of Robert Glidden Hall. I barely know who Robert Glidden is, and although I've spoken to people who knew the building by a different name, to me it's just Glidden. But I know the building inside and out. There are a few exceptions, of course. I almost never go on the third floor, for example. There's one staircase entrance to the building that I absolutely never use. But I've been in those spaces. I just don't think I could accurately describe them. My mental picture of those spaces is fuzzy. In a later video, I plan to explain how I know some of the darker sides of the building too. Not today. Today I'm just showing my path to and from my homes, starting in just a few seconds. I take this path most days that I walk to the building. Every day I go to class in the rain. On this day, I attached my camera to my umbrella, and surprisingly, very few people thought I was strange for doing so. I think I only passed 2 or 3 people in this video, but the 2 or 3 I passed didn't give me inquisitive looks. It really does feel like I've learned a lot since I've started living in Athens, Ohio. I've learned a hell of a lot about myself, but it also feels like I've gained many skills. I'm glad I attend school here. I'm especially glad now that I'm in the home stretch with almost an exclusively enjoyable set of classes ahead of me. I'm tempted to say only enjoyable experiences are ahead of me, but I know that's naive, especially when I think about one of my downstairs neighbors pounding on the door to apartment C, where I live, early in the morning one night last week. After our downstairs neighbor told the neighbor pounding on our door to fuck off, he promptly was assaulted. Perhaps such violence isn't in my future, but I know that I can't really predict anything. It feels good to be creating again on a consistent basis. Now, I know I'm uploading this video on a Sunday, and I'm going to post date it to the past Thursday, but it still does feel like I really am creating now. I've been writing music for my classes, but a lot of times those are half-assed attempts just to make it seem like I've been working throughout the week on my composition. That's usually not true. By the way, right back there, there's always a film crew with an iPad filming the news or something like that in front of the Athens police station. It always strikes me as odd, especially on a day like today where they had to set up an umbrella in order to properly film with their iPad. Anyway, like I was saying, I do enjoy making things, and even though I'm not sure anyone will watch these videos, I think I'll be glad to have them. Of the 100 or so videos I made before, I don't watch them very consistently anymore, but I'm glad to have them. And here I am, back at home. Back with these shitty stairs and the broken gutter. Back at apartment C.